Kenny B here. Kenny B here with his co-host, the Birdman, Robert Bird, on
Hey,
the official call.
hey, Kenny, how you
What's up?
be?
All right, all right. How you be?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man, doing good. You know what? They
What's
had
that?
a heck of a show at the O2 Arena over there in Europe over
Yes.
the weekend, and it was televised on the Zone, and I think that's what we're going to talk about today. You know,
Sounds good. Sounds
yeah,
good. And
yeah.
and, and, and I
Hopefully,
have to go ahead. Go ahead, Bird.
no. Hopefully, we'll get some callers to call in and talk about their observations of the fight or how they felt about it. But we're going to talk about especially the main event, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because there's some talk down the road that the winner of that fight might be the mandatory for Usyk,
Right.
and everybody's interested in who's going to fight Usyk, because
Yes.
Usyk is the man. He's the
Usyk.
man. He's the undisputed heavyweight, and so everybody wants a shot at him. So
Yep.
hopefully
Yep.
we'll get some people to call in, and they can call into the show right now and join in our conversation. You can call in
Yes.
today. The information is in the description below.
Call in. Call in.
But Ken,
Call in. We
that
won't.
was a
No, no. What I was saying.
yeah.
Let me say it. I didn't get to watch the Zone. I didn't get to watch it the
Uh-huh.
night of the fight because I was at the Allegiant Stadium watching Grambling football
Ah.
game against Jackson State. And I'll tell
Yeah,
you
yeah,
this.
HBCU. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It was a hell of a game.
Wow.
Me and my buddies happened to be sitting right behind the Grambling band. Uh, I had to do the earplugs because they
Yeah.
was rocking and rolling. You know how the Bayou Classic
Oh yeah.
goes when they match up. But anyway, I did get to watch the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to watch it in its entirety, and I'm
Yeah.
glad I watched it in its entirety because before I did, Bird, I was catching some Facebook negativities toward the referee as to the stoppage of the fight,
Uh-huh.
and when you watch highlights, the highlights don't do justice to the fight until you watch the entire fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can see how everything progresses up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
well, I don't want to go to the end before we start from the beginning
Right. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it was a hell of a fight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was ebb and flow. The way Parker started, the way Wardley started, it was just yeah. I thought the first couple of rounds, I thought Parker might have won the first round, but then in the second round, I thought Wardley hurt Parker,
Mm-hmm.
kind of dazed him a little bit,
Yeah.
and then from there, it was just action packed
Yeah.
all all the way up until the deciding rounds. What did you
Yeah.
think?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that and give to the undercard first, and then we're gonna come
Okay,
back. We're gonna come back to
okay,
y'all, they boy, because I agree with you. It was a hell of a fight, and as always, well, not as always, but as often, there are folks who are looking at it and they have an opinion about, well, the referee shouldn't have done this and he shouldn't
right,
have done that, and
right,
and like you said, if you watch the entire fight, then you get a different feel
yeah,
for where things wound up for the referee and what things led up to the
yes,
referee making that choice. But the
yes,
undercard, I got to tell you, this, I don't know who put this together. Probably uh, I forget the Eddie Hearn,
Eddie Hearns,
but I can tell you that this was a very good, well matched, competitive uh, 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 show card.
Yes, it was.
Every fight on this card was competitive. And,
Yes.
and you know, we talk about it all the time. We say, you know, that's what people want to see. That's
Yep.
part of that they want to see. They want to see
Yep.
fights that are competitive. And whoever put this together, the matchmaker knew what the devil he was doing, he or
Yep.
she was doing, because these fights, they that was some good matchmaking going on.
Yeah.
Now, the first fight was this guy Mitchell Smith, and he was fighting
Hmm.
against a fellow by the name of Dawson.
Yeah.
And Dawson's 5'11" tall, and Smith was the little guy, basically about 5'8". So there was
Yeah.
a big difference in height. But uh, uh, Smith came out. Guess what? First round, knocked him down.
First round, knocked him down, and it was at the end of the round.
Yeah, yeah. And from what I could see, consistently outboxed his taller opponent.
Yeah.
Uh, and I mean, they were scrapping. But round
Yes.
6, I think, is when, at least for me, round 6 was when the fight really began to turn. There was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think Dawson's best round was round 6. But
Yeah.
after that, man,
Yeah.
he just took over. The accuracy,
Yes.
punching, the power in his punching, scrap. That was a scrap.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And I want to touch on what you earlier said in regards to the knockdown in the first round. It was at the end of the round. A lot of boxing fans don't know that you cannot be saved by the bell. If
Yep.
the punch lands and the fighter goes down, the timekeeper have been instructed in that situation that they are to hold from hitting the bell
Mm-hmm.
until the referee is done with his count. And
Mm-hmm.
when the referee is done with his count and decides to let the fight continue, then the timekeeper hits the bell.
Right, right. And that's
And
what's meant by you can't be saved by the bell. A lot of people
exactly,
don't know that.
a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that. And
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, referees are instructed at that point to kind of follow that fighter back to his corner.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking safety for safety reasons. Look at him, keep an eye on him. The doctor may step into the ring, do a little assessment, but the bottom line is that as the sole arbiter, we can ask that fighter at that time, are you
Yeah.
okay? Do you want to fight? Just for his safety and for the safety for future sakes as well. And
Yeah.
then in this case, the fighter was able to shake it off, continue fighting, and like you said, it just ended up being a hell of a fight
Yeah, it
before it
did.
was
Yeah, it
all
did.
said and
Yeah.
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We want to, yeah, we want to mind folks out there. You can call in now. The number and the link to join is in the description. Now, there was another fight on there, Quartermain versus another Smith.
yes, yes,
And this Smith was it was the same dynamic. You had another guy that was tall, taller than his opponent. But the
yeah,
problem is that in this fight, the tall man was fighting like a tall man. He fought tall,
yes,
you know.
yes,
Yeah, he fought tall, in and out. And basically, for me, he just outpointed and outboxed Quartermain.
Quartermain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was winning. Yeah, and he was going to win the fight. There were a couple of point deductions in the fight, but I think that Smith was going to win the fight even without them 2-point deductions.
yeah, yeah. Well, they were super featherweights. They were,
Mm-hmm.
and again, they were very skilled, like you said, and yeah, Smith. These guys are bringing it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
bringing it. The whole card was that way. They're
Yeah.
bringing it, And so, for the most part, we don't have to quarrel about, if it was close, if it wasn't, who should have won it, etc. It was obvious that Smith did what he needed to do to win the fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now another fight that was you're right. This card, man, they were throwing down.
Yeah.
Uh Taylor and Woodall. Now,
Yes.
this fight was really interesting because Woodall was scoring very effectively early in this fight. I mean, he was landing a lot of hard, clean combinations.
Yeah.
But right around round six, the tide
Hmm.
turned. The tide turned,
Yeah.
and Taylor really started to effectively counter
Are you there, Bird? Look like we got another technical difficulty situation here, just like on the last show, because Bird's screen has frozen, um, and that's not good. But look like it's going to get corrected here soon. But that fight that he is referring to, Goodall, was a tremendously good fight. Like he was saying, the whole fight card was a good card to catch if you caught it. It would have been a treat, because how often do you get fights that will, each fight be a good quality fight, even if it's a knockout, a early knockout. Um, Example, when Manny Pacquiao fought not Ricky, Ricky Hatton, yes. And the fight went 2 rounds, but it was a good, high profile, high level fight that had fans up in their seats. And though it did not last long, the fight ended up being the fight of the night. I've often told fight fans, uh, get to the arena and try to catch the start of the showcase, because sometimes those early fights could be the fight of the night. But on this particular card, it was unbelievable. Uh, uh, these guys brought it in, tested themselves to the finest degree, and the winner ended up being the winner. Now, uh, for me, the last fight, uh, the order in which I have it, is uh, Rolly Lambert, Rolly Lambert versus Jurgen Vadaho, um, cruiserweights. That was a good fight. Man, was it good. Uh, they fought for the IBO title. Um, uh, Jurgen ended up winning the title. Um, but these guys left it in the ring. And you've heard that statement before. They left it in the ring. But it was a good cruiserweight fight. It was set for 12 rounds. Um, um, and yeah, what can one say in regards to the entertainment that you was able to receive and watch while you were watching that fight card? Yeah, watching that fight card, which leads up, and I kind of jumped the gun at the beginning with the lead up in regards to the Parker Wardley fight. Now, you got a treat if you saw that fight. And let me say it before I get into it. Um, Call in. If you like to call in and join us, the description there will tell you how to get to us. But again, the Parker Wardley fight. I didn't know much about Wardley. I knew more about Parker and what his capabilities were as opposed to Wardley. Um, you know, Parker in his amateur career had 66 fights, um, and then as a uh, as a pro, um, he's closer up in the 40s as far as professional fights. So um, he's well established as a heavyweight and has done uh, and has had some pretty good fights, as well as Wardley. Um, I don't know much about his amateur career, but I do know that he's undefeated. So you got an undefeated guy coming in, Wardley, versus uh, Parker, who's well established. And the start of the fight fans, I was just impressed. I expected Parker to probably come out a little faster than Wardley because this for Wardley, from my understanding, is the biggest fight of his career. And I thought Parker won that first fight. Uh, Not big, but he did enough to win it. And then in the second round, this Wardley, he caught Parker with some shots that hurt Parker and hurt him to the point that Wardley was on the attack as far as trying to take him out. Well, Parker was able to survive. Parker survived that round. And going into the third round, the fourth round, the fifth round was, in my opinion, pretty even. I believe they did a little spot check with the commentators that were commentating the fight and asked what their scores may be. And one of the commentators scored it 4-2 for Parker, or he said that it could have gone either 3-3, a draw. That's how close the fight was. That's how close the fight was. As the fight continued to round 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, pretty much the same to me. Pretty much the same. But it wasn't until it got to the ninth round, and boy, were they throwing and slinging some leather. I mean, slinging leather to the point to where I thought Parker won actually the first half of the round. And at one point thought that maybe if he could have kept up with his pace, he could have maybe done enough damage to have the fight either stopped or possibly knocked him out. But then Wardley came back, and Wardley came back. It was so impressive to me the way he was catching Parker with these shots. And I'm saying to myself, the punches that both fighters absorbed, I pretty much knew what Parker could take, but I did not know Wardley well enough that he could take the shots that he took. Um, so, but there was one thing that I did notice, and that was I could see that the fighters were both starting to fatigue a little bit, and I thought Parker was fatiguing a little more. How could I tell? I could see, and or that when they got into the clinch, it appeared to me that the referee was indicating to them to work out of the clinch because it wasn't a hard hole. To me, it was a soft hole, and because of that, I just felt that there was a reason that for them to work out, but they didn't work out. Bird, are you back?
I think so.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, great. That's great.
Yep, 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 yep. I am right now talking to the fight fans in regards. I've moved on to the Wardley Parker fight,
Uh-huh. Well,
and go ahead, jump in.
yeah, it was a hell of a fight. Uh, and I think that most people thought that Parker would win the fight because he certainly was the more experienced fighter. He had uh, a lot more talent in that. But this was a very good heavyweight bout. There was a lot
Yeah,
of strong, hard punches by both of them.
yeah,
Parker had, uh, much more the experienced fighter. And
yeah,
early on, he was using fast hands, combinations. Uh,
yes,
uh, he was taking it to him. Uh, and but then Yardley proved to be stronger and used constant pressure, good footwork. I'm always talk about good footwork, which kept him in position to use his talent while also keeping him out of dangerous counter punches from Parker. And that was, I thought, the difference in the fight, in the second portion of the fight, because um, it certainly wasn't a question of Parker not having heart. He had a lot of heart. But sometimes, especially in heavyweight fights,
yeah,
sometimes it's just not your day, you know?
eh,
And
yes,
I think that was the case.
yeah.
Uh, this fight, that it just wasn't Parker's day.
It wasn't, well, I would say to the extent that I thought he fought very well. A fight of this magnitude, someone has to lose unless it's a draw. One of our callers tagged in and said it's better to stop it early than 1, 2 punches too soon than too late. We have always said that on this show. Bird, when you got blanked out on us, I was getting almost to the stoppage. I was almost getting there, and then you came back.
Mm.
I told our fight fans that up until after the sixth round, one of the commentators initially said 4-2 in rounds in favor of Parker, and or 3-3. It was that close. And then I was sharing in that ninth round. I thought that ninth round was a hell of a round because Parker, I thought, started out winning the round. Matter of fact, I thought that he was putting a little hurt on Wardley. And then Wardley came back on the second half of the round and put a little hurt on Parker, which led it entered us into the 10th round where this Wardley was taking some shots,
Yeah, yeah,
Bird, that was telling me that if momentum is on his side, it's there because Yeah, I thought on a few occasions the shots that he got hit with, he would go down, but
Yeah,
he didn't. He
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. It was a lot of heart by both men, and I
Yes,
that the fight was pretty back and forth. But I think Yardley, uh, um, because of his aggressiveness, and the fight for me really turned in rounds 10 and 11.
yeah,
That's where it really, because he really came on. He hurt Parker several times.
yes.
Parker got hit and staggered back. So rounds 10 and round 11, everything was set up.
Was set up, set up,
So it did not surprise me.
and,
The
and, and
referee was contemplating. Matter of fact, if you listen carefully, you can hear the announcer saying the referee is looking very carefully. He may stop
yes,
this fight. So
yes,
they were seeing and seeing it too. And,
yes.
and you know, Kenny, we say it all the time. Whoever the person was that called in and said that uh, uh, um, they thought
Stop
that
it. Stop.
it's better to keep it one punch too soon than one punch too
Yes,
late. Well,
yeah,
they're absolutely right. That's exactly
yes,
what you want to do. You
yeah,
always stop at least one punch too soon rather than one punch too late. You know?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we got another text coming in. Parker won't get a rematch unless Fabio loses his next 2 or 3 fights. And and yeah. I mean, after a fight like that, the main key thing for a fighter that a fighter needs to do, and I'm not only saying this for Parker, but also for Woodley, is rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't need to be talking about who they need to fight next. They need to just let their mind totally chill, totally relax. Birdman, I was telling our fight fans this in those last few rounds, when the referee was trying to get them to either box out of the clinch, it looked to me. I mean, they were in a like a soft hold, and neither one of them was doing anything. They were just standing there. And it appeared to me that Parker, on occasion or two, was resting his head on Woodley's chest. And the same fight energy that we saw in the early rounds, we did not see in those last 2 or 3 rounds.
Hmm.
The pace had just slowed down.
Hmm.
And now we're getting a tab here that says that the referee has been known for stopping fights early. If that's the case, and I don't personally know that referee, um, the call is saying that he is known for stopping them early. If everyone is known, everyone knows that he stops them early, then the trainers, the managers, everyone else of Parker's camp should have known too. And they should have known for the simple sake that, hey, when you get in trouble, you got to show the referee something. And if it takes for you to get on the bicycle and completely move and escape, as opposed to not throwing back, which you should, or defending yourself in a way that your opponent is not hitting you, then that's what you do. But to stand in an upright position, and though you're ducking and weaving, trying to prevent from getting hit, only indicates one thing. It does that you're not using everything in your toolbox to defend yourself. And the worst way to defend yourself is just stand there and bob and weave. Because if you're getting hit, there's a chance that the referee is going to stop it. Which again, callers, call in, join in on the call. Just check the description out below, and you can jump in and express your thoughts. Uh, um, but again, when it comes to stopping fights, that there is a trade, kind of a trademark way in which we do it, because when we're in our seminars, uh, uh, we touch base on all that. Birdman, you're back,
Yeah.
and yeah, and we touch base on that, and just like Bird said before he got cut off, I'm refereeing the fight when I'm watching it, and in my mind, I'm doing the same thing the referee in the ring is doing. I'm saying, pal, you better get out of there, because if you don't, I'm gonna have to stop it. I'm looking for that opportunity to stop it. You better move. You better, and if you're not doing it, then you're making it just that easy for me to stop it when I do, because you're not reacting the way I anticipate that you should react for your safety.
Yeah. Well, Kenny, let me say it this way, and this is to all of you fans out there. Remember, yes, combat sports, boxing, they are damaged sports. They know the risks that they take, and they willingly do so. Okay, they do their job with heart,
Yep.
courage,
Yep.
determination. Okay, sometimes the mind is willing, but the body is not. Okay, and sometimes there are thoughts that they can are not reflected in their efforts. Okay,
Yep.
so what the fans need to understand: each man, woman is somebody's husband, wife, mother, father, brother, sister, or other loved one. They
Yep.
have a life during and after their career. There will come a time when, as a referee, you'll be tasked with the choice of saving a fighter from themselves, okay? For seeing what they don't, from saving them not from damage, because it's a damaged sport, but from unnecessary damage, okay?
Yes.
So there is always some complaints that surface, and opinions will differ, okay? Ultimately, stopping a fight, a punch, or a punch too soon or just too soon will always be better than stopping it too late.
Right. Very well said. Very well said, Bird. And that uh, takes us to now that this fight between Parker and Wardley is done. Um, the winner of that fight
Uh-huh.
is now supposed to step into the ring and fight, like you mentioned earlier, the undisputed heavyweight champ of the world, Alexander Usyk.
Yeah.
And Bird, before I get started, I just want to say that if momentum has anything to do with what we saw Saturday, Woodley has got momentum coming in on his side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I had mentioned a little earlier about rest, I, I, I don't know when they'll schedule it, but all the rest that Woodley would need, he should get because because getting in the ring with Usyk,
Yeah,
he's gonna need every little bit of everything he had, not only fighting against Parker, but fighting against Parker and some.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, lots of fighters are and were confident that they could defeat Usyk,
Yes,
but none have thus far.
exactly,
And
exactly.
uh, it's going to be a tall hill decline for anybody, okay? Because Usyk very tactically sound, very good techniques. He has fought some of the best heavyweights, and he did very well when he was a cruiserweight champ. Okay,
Yes,
he fought Fury, he fought
yes,
Dubois, he
yes,
fought Joshua,
yes,
guys who were bigger,
yes.
taller, stronger, and rare is the outcome of his fights. Controversial. And when they were, okay, he silenced them in the rematches. Okay.
Right.
So I agree. Anything can happen in a heavyweight fight, but it's going to be a tall order to beat Mr. Usyk.
A tall order. And before I give my points on this, you can join this conversation right now. Just the information is in the description for you to call in and voice your opinions. I want to say this, uh, Bird, you said it again very eloquently. In this Usyk guy, I didn't think he was going to last in the heavyweight division. We had mentioned a few shows back that I tipped my hat to Evander Holyfield that moved up in weight
Yeah.
and made his mark in the heavyweight division. Made his mark,
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't see it in Usyk. I just didn't. But like you said, he has taken them all out.
Yeah.
He's given them a second chance, and it's taken them out again. And you know, there isn't anything that need more to be said about Usyk's ability because he's fought them tall, he's fought them short, he's fought them strong, he's fought them every type.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
He's
Kenny,
taken,
I've I've done him Usyk on three
yeah,
occasions, and
I've done him once.
and I've seen a lot of fighters, but this man technically is so skilled, and it's gonna take somebody super special to beat him.
Yeah, yeah. Even if they're able to get the right punch in. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen Usyk have to get up off the canvas. Have you?
Well, he did in I think the fight with Dubois, but it was
Oh yes.
yeah yeah. But he straightened that out in the rematch.
Right. 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 Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I now and I'm not taking nothing from Wardley. Like I said, I to see him take what he took against Parker. Um, uh, we know he hits hard.
Mm-hmm.
We know that when it comes to heavyweights, anything can happen with heavyweights.
Yeah.
We know this, and we know that if he lands the right one, that could be the setup for him to possibly upset Usyk.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we've seen some some upsets in our career.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look like we got a text coming in. Daniel hurt Usyk.
Yeah.
A clean body shot. That's right, and
Mm-hmm.
hurt Usyk, but it
Yeah.
was called a foul, and Usyk was granted time to recover.
Yeah. We talked about that.
Yes, we did.
We talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Help the viewer out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They they said that there was a claim that the punch was low, and
Yes,
that Usyk should not have gotten time to recover,
right,
but he did. Okay.
right.
But if you watch that fight, and I did, you can see that Dubois not only hit him that time, he hit him 2 or 3 other times, and those punches were questionable. Okay.
Yeah,
So, but like I said, if that was his claim to fame, okay,
mm-hmm.
then in the second fight, Usyk cleared all of that up. He cleared all of that up.
He cleared it all
Okay?
up,
Yeah.
and
And
it's
that's what I'm
always
saying. When there has been a little controversy about his fights, in the rematches, he silenced them.
yeah,
Okay? So,
yeah,
yeah.
and that's the time and opportunity if you get that rematch to be, and I hate to use the term overly prepared,
Mm-hmm.
but bring what you need to bring on the basis. I mean, you got the first fight. You can step back and you can uh, uh, watch it over and over. And I remember Freddie Roach making this comment years ago. He said, when we watch video on our opponents, Freddie Roach said, I look for our opponents' habits, the things that they just happen to do all the time when they're in that ring for 3 minutes. And he said, and we just try to capitalize on their habits.
Yeah.
If we know they're going to do certain things, be ready for them to do it so you can capitalize on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you get the rematch, shucks, you basically go to sleep with that video in your bed,
Yeah.
trying to find whatever it takes to have that slight advantage.
Yeah.
So when that opportunity is there, you can do what you have to do.
Yeah. You can call in now. The number and the link to join is in the description. Yeah. Now, any I can tell you, anybody that gets in that ring with Mr. Usyk is
Mhm.
going to have their work cut out for them.
Yes,
Now, do I think that Yardley could be a competitor? Yes, I do.
yes,
I think he has some skills that could test Usyk.
Yes.
But Usyk has mastered every test that he has had
To
to
face.
do.
Yes.
So
Everybody he's faced.
yeah,
He's made the adjustment. He's made the adjustment so well that even though he's fought guys bigger, taller, you
hmm
name it, that he's been able to come out victorious.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And what most people don't realize is that Usyk is really just a big cruiserweight.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, he like you said, he reminds you of Evander. Okay,
Yes.
he's a little heavyweight. He's
Yes.
not a big heavyweight,
Right.
but man, has he dominated
Yeah.
that heavyweight division.
Yeah. Yeah. He has. And you know the heavyweight division, uh, when the Klitschko brothers started dominating the heavyweight division, took a majority, almost all of the title heavyweight fights to
hmm
Europe.
Yep.
We wasn't getting them no more
hmm
because they could fill up Wembley Stadium. They could fill up wherever the fight was chose to be.
hmm
Uh, they would get sellout moments. And I did a fight over in Bern, Switzerland, a few years back when um, Vladimir was I believe it was Vladimir,
hmm
and it was in the ice hockey arena.
Yeah.
It was in the winter, and they just put plywood down and put the ring on top of the plywood, and the place was packed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, packed it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And so there was no reason for them to think that they had to come to America where we have dominated the heavyweight division for years.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, Kenny, uh, we've reverted. We've reverted back to the era of the Klitschko's because Europe has right now the best heavyweight fighters. Period. I can't think of one American heavyweight that um, that's going to be competitive with a number of the European heavyweights. And there's
Yeah,
that young kid, it's Isima. That kid
yeah,
is something, you
yeah,
know. And so we're not even talking about the Dubois and
yeah,
the Parkers and all of these guys.
yeah,
They've got all of them plus this specialist young kid. It's about
yeah,
he has really impressed me. So I'm
yeah.
saying most of the heavyweights right now are in Europe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And one of our viewers just texted in and mentioned that it's a good comparison that we made in comparing Usyk to Evander Holyfield.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because the match is there. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, viewer.
hmm
Um, so yeah, only thing we can do is just wait for the countdown first when they sign it. That
yeah.
that has to happen first.
Yeah.
When they sign it, and then after that, then it's just a mere countdown to the fight. And uh, my guess, because the fight is or Usyk has been fighting, in Europe, that the fight will probably either end up in Europe or it could eventually go to Saudi Arabia because of that
Yeah.
connection.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but you know, I think that this fight was to prepare the mandatory for Usyk.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
a caller saying they'd love to see Usyk versus Ichima. Uh, I I don't think that the young man certainly has a bright future. Don't get me wrong, but but
Oh,
he's not quite ready for
well,
Mr. Usyk.
well,
My
and then
opinion.
he's
My
well,
opinion.
and,
Okay.
and, and then a caller says, or Fabio versus Moses.
Well, now
Oh,
that might be more doable,
yeah,
and that would be one hell of a fight.
yeah,
That'll be a pick 'em for me. You
yeah,
know? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That'd be pretty close to a pick 'em. And again, then the next question is, where do they direct? Where do they go from there?
yeah, yeah.
And because this Usyk and Wardley fight, that if thing goes the way they say it's supposed to go,
Hmm.
that's going to be the next fight. As far as I don't even know if they would say it's a mandatory or not, but
Yeah,
everything leading up to it, the winner of Wardley and Parker is supposed to fight Usyk.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, someone agrees with us because they don't think that USA Boxing don't have a heavyweight that can compete with any of the UK heavyweight. And you know, but to that caller, I will say this: the fights that we have seen amongst the heavyweights in Europe have been well matched and
yes,
competitive, and that
yes,
is what people want to see. That's what people want to see. Yeah.
yes. And I know about 10 years ago, I know the WBC was a part of it. I don't know about the other organizations. Um, were reaching out and was trying to create more heavyweights in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And but you know, a lot of our bigger athletes will either go to the NFL or possibly
Basketball. Yeah.
the NBA.
Yeah.
So that kind of drains the
Mm.
talent pool,
Yeah.
as opposed to in Europe. Yes, they got a basketball league, but it's nothing like the U.S. They're
Well,
playing to ultimately play in the U.S.
mhm.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think Kenny that one of the major impediments to our heavyweights is, well, actually, our amateur program. Our amateur program is not at all what it used to be, nor what it should be. And that's
yeah,
where you develop these young fighters to move into the pro ranks. And,
yeah,
until we can change that, straighten that out, I think we're going to have a problem. We're
yeah.
going to have,
Well, one of our callers is saying just that. Yes, we want to see competitive fights, and that is something USA Boxing does not do unless it's a Saudi card.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
I, yeah,
so
I,
my hope is that sometime between now and 2028, we get our amateur program back on track, and we can come up with uh, a good representation in the Olympics, and maybe something will come out of that, because that's has been the mechanism by which
Yes.
we developed our champion. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
uh, that's where they came from, and that program,
Yes.
at least in the United States, is in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Fans, we're starting to get a little short on time. If you have a word that you'd like to share or a description, you can call in. The information is right there on the screen. As far as how you can call in,
Mhm.
and we're hoping to hear from you.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Bert, I was told years ago that when we look back at the U.S. history as far as the amateur program, and you look at the '84 Olympics, which was here in the U.S., and
hmm
look at the talent we had with Pernell Whitaker
yeah,
and Meldrick Taylor and
Panda, yeah,
Evander
yeah,
and then you look at the year after. I mean, we've always had talent, but
yes,
but 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 then we fell off somewhere, and instead of continuing with that tradition that we had in the amateurs with the number of gold medals that we would win,
yeah.
it fell off. And from what I understood is that the funds to send our athletes over to the Pan Am Games and send them around the world to compete. Apparently, the funding wasn't there, and we just kind of got lost out in the shuffle.
And that's kind of it's kind of ridiculous to me that in a country where you have some of the richest people in the world, that you can't support an amateur program much like we did in the past.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. And we got another tab coming in. USA Boxing is in trouble. This is coming from one of our fans.
hmm
That's sad. It's sad to hear that. And it is sad to hear it because um, I believe it was Andre Ward that won the last gold medal
Male, yeah,
male for the
yeah,
U.S.
hmm
And I believe it was Clarissa Shields, and she won back-to-back Olympics.
yeah,
Was the last woman to
yeah,
win to win two gold medals
right,
for her.
yeah.
So where are we going? What, like you said, with the kind of money that floats around in our country, why isn't the support there to push the amateur programs? And like you said earlier, that's what creates a professional program.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they've got time between now and 2028, which is
Yeah.
the Olympics going to be here in Los
Right.
Angeles.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, it
so
is.
you know they they've got time to develop. You got over 2.5 years to really put some funding into and develop some uh, talent that can be competitive in the Olympics.
Right. Our callers, same tab, mentioned um, how can he help? That's a very good question. I don't know how one could help because the other part about boxing in the Olympics is that they're letting professionals fight in the Olympics now.
Yeah, yeah,
So if depending upon what state it's happening at, if you send a professional that's got 25, 30 fights to the Olympics, uh, look at how much of an advantage that individual have as opposed to trying to, get a young, talented young kid to make the Olympic team. And then if he's 20 or 21, he could be fighting a guy 29, 30 years old
Yeah.
and fought for a couple of titles.
And here's the bottom line, Kenny. That that's a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Okay, because if I've won let's even a minor title,
Right.
and now I go into the Olympics,
Right.
and I meet a 18-year-old kid, and that kid whips me like I stole something. That's the flip side of that.
that is the flip side of it.
That's the
And we
flip
were
side of
talking
that.
about boxing, which is an individual sport, and
Mm-hmm.
no difference like in tennis. In tennis, they let the Djokovic's uh, 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 all the top players. Well, Nadal's retired now,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, but they let Coco Golf and all the professionals can go to the Olympics and play tennis
Mm-hmm.
and win a gold medal just like anyone else.
Yep.
And it, yeah.
Yeah.
What can you say? I
Well,
mean,
but like I said, that is a double-edged sword because let's take for example Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao
right.
said he wanted to go to the Olympics and compete. Now,
Yes.
let's say that he goes and he competes, okay, and
Yeah.
he gets beat by some young kid, okay. How would that affect economically Manny Pacquiao? How would that affect his legacy? So, like I said, that's a double-edged sport. That's
It
a
is a
double-edged
double-edged sword.
sword.
And look at what our caller has sent to us. A pro boxer with under 5 fights fighting in the Olympics is nothing wrong with stipulations. Look what Jake is doing. And when you think about it, that's another sword we can talk about. Look at what Jake is doing.
Yeah, yeah,
He's been doing it for a few years. He's made a lot of money, and he's still doing it.
yeah, yeah,
He's still doing it. So, yeah, these type of things happen when you have an individual sport.
yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah, you see
I
that one? Read
yeah,
that one, Bird.
I said, don't bring Jake into a real boxing conversation.
You got that right, caller.
but
Caller, you're right.
but you have to give credit where credit is due, okay? And for a guy who hasn't come up to an amateur program, or worked or fought on the pro side, you know,
Yeah.
he's done well. He's
Yes.
done well,
Yes,
okay?
he has.
And the other part of it, and this is the part that you have to give him credit for. He's infused a lot of interest into the
Hmm.
game and a lot of money into the game. And my God, he has done wonderful things for women's boxing.
Yeah.
So you got to give credit where it's credit's due.
Yes, he
Yeah,
has. Yes. Yes. We got another one. Too
yeah.
many questions. If we just screw it and let's uh, fight that on the things that's gonna make boxing great again. Boxing isn't even real anymore.
Well,
Relax. That's what
I
they
think,
call it.
yeah, I think what they're saying is what we have been saying on this podcast in the very beginning. What people want to see is competitive fights.
Yeah.
They want a quality product because they're the ones that are paying for that
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
And and truthfully, that hasn't been happening, certainly on this side of the pond. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we just talked about this night, that card in the 02 that we talked about tonight was
Yeah.
fine from top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Competitive fights, good matchmaking, and that's what people want to see. And they
Yeah.
deserve.
Yeah. Yep. 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 You're right. You're right. And we're coming to a close here. I think our time is running out.
Yeah.
Good show. Good show, Mr. Co-host. I'd like to do a quick shout out, and the quick shout out is the fight between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, the Thriller in Manila. I want to give a shout out to that fight. I had watched that fight when it first aired back in October 1st, 1975, and
Yeah.
I watched it closed circuit at the MGM. They're actually doing a celebration right now in the Philippines. A good dear friend of me and Bird, referee
Yeah.
Carlos Padilla,
Yeah.
refereed that fight,
Yeah.
and he is in the Philippines, to my knowledge, doing that celebration. So we just give a shout out, and like we always like to close our show. What I say, you must obey.
Well, let's do this.